Hey everyone, welcome back to kind of my recap, review, lessons I learned from the Summit of Greatness in Columbus, Ohio last week. And before I get started, I really just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am that you all are taking your time out of your busy day to listen to me, and how truly blessed I am to have the opportunity to talk to each of you through this medium, and hopefully I'll be able to share some lessons that I learned, and they may connect with you, and you'll be able to implement those in your life or potentially share those with others around you. Since you all are leaders and you are in a place of influence in your work, in your social circles, in your family circles, I think if you do find something, please share it with someone else, whether that's through verbal communication or write a letter to someone you haven't talked to in a while, or share this video. So when I thought about what I wanted to talk about today, I thought I'd start from the beginning. And the first speaker was Maria Sharapova. If you don't know about Maria Sharapova, she is a Grand Slam champion. She's an Olympic medalist. She is a tennis player, an entrepreneur, a businesswoman, and really has an incredible journey. And if you don't know who she is, or you want to learn more about her and her story, I would really recommend you take a look at her book, Unstoppable. It just came out recently, so should be available at most places. But a really, really interesting story, really interesting individual. And one thing that I took from her talk was this idea of, if you do something great, there are always going to be people who try to bring you down. And I think most of us can relate to that. We are all trying something different. You know, we're all trying to be on the leading edge of healthcare. We're all trying to serve those individuals around us in the best way possible. For those who are pursuing continuing education, or for those who are wanting to make change in your organization, you're doing something different. You're working to be great. For those who make personal choices for you, so you can be great. We all face those challenges when those people around us, and some of our critics, some of our haters, maybe people we don't spend a lot of time with, try to bring us down. They try to create excuses for why we shouldn't be doing something. You're not good enough. That's a stupid idea. Why are you doing that? That's too far outside the box. That's not the way we do it. Don't you know that's not going to matter? You're just wasting your time. Any number of attacks or excuses can be placed on you, and something to remember. And I think this is the lesson that Maria shared with me, and the most impactful lesson that I got is that if people attack you, and when they do, that means you're doing something right. That means you're pushing the envelope. If people attack you, people try to bring you down, you are doing something great. You have put yourself into a position to do great. Other people may have their own problems, and they're looking at you. They're looking at their own insufficiencies or their own deficiencies, and instead of trying to support you in your dream, they are choosing to try to bring you down. It reminds me of a podcast that Lewis did about the crab mentality. But if you put a crab in a bucket by itself, it can get out. No problem, it'll eventually get out. If you put 3 or 4 crabs in a bucket, as one tries to get out, the other crabs will pull it down, and they won't let none of the crabs will escape, and they'll fight to the death, so no one gets out. And if we think about that is a mentality that we see oftentimes in healthcare and oftentimes in other high achievers, because we perceive, or the perception is, I can't let someone else get ahead of me. And so instead of bettering ourselves or the other people bettering themselves, they try to bring you down instead of improving on themselves. Improving on themselves, really improving, working towards their own goal, trying to fit their own mission and their own vision. They spend their time attacking yours. So don't get down when that happens. Look for the positive. And remember that for every critic, there are hundreds of supporters. Look for those supporters in your life, and surround yourself with those people. Take the honest feedback the honest criticism from those individuals who want you to improve, who want to see you do great things, not those individuals who are constantly trying to pull you down. I think the other really neat thing that I got, or the other quote, if you will, that I took away from Maria Sharapova's talk, is actually a Billie Jean King quote, and that's, "Pressure is a privilege." So when we feel this sense of pressure to perform, when we feel this sense of pressure to not let people down, when we feel a sense of pressure on ourselves, that's really a privilege. And we have to be grateful for that challenge, because most people, and a lot of people, don't have that opportunity to feel pressure. So if you have an opportunity to feel pressure, it's a privilege. It's a gift. It's a blessing. It's whatever you want to call it. It is a positive thing in your life, and it's another guidepost, it's another sign from the universe that you're on the right path. So remember that, and don't run from the pressure. Don't fold under the pressure. Really embrace it as a privilege and an opportunity that many people don't ever get to experience. And if you are in a situation where you have people who are close to you, or people in your social circle or in your work circle who are trying to bring you down, who have that crab mentality, they're trying to attack you because you are doing something great. I'll go back to something that Lewis said in the opening of the Summit of Greatness during a question and answer session. He said, I kick people out of my life who don't let you follow your dream, or don't let you follow your vision, or try to bring you down. And he was very blunt, and I respect that about him. He said, it didn't matter if you birthed me, it didn't matter if you were my blood. If you are holding me back, and if you attack me from a hateful, hurtful perspective, I'm going to kick you out of my life. I don't have time for that. He doesn't have time for that on his path to being the best version of himself, and on his path to greatness. And I think we have to have the courage to do that sometimes. I think oftentimes we have the pressure of or the sense of loyalty, but we're often being loyal. The sense of loyalty only really kicks in when people are being nasty, and people are being negative, and people are trying to bring us down. That's when people will start questioning your loyalty. But why would you want someone in your life that is constantly bringing you down? Now, you have a couple choices. You don't have to kick someone out immediately of your life. You can choose to spend less time with them, or you can simply tell them, if you start to bring me down, if you start to be negative around me as I'm chasing my dreams, as I'm chasing my aspirations, I'm going to spend less time with you. And if that continues, you have to follow through, and you have to spend less time with them. But it's only going to make your journey better. It's going to force you, and it's going to put you in a position, it's going to allow the opportunity for you to find those people who want to support you, who are aspirational like you as an achiever. And I think that's really important, and that is something that still is sticking with me, that we have to let go of those people in our lives who are not supporting our dreams, who are not supporting our aspirations, and really gravitate towards those other achievers, those other high achievers who want to do great things. And we need to get ourselves in a group, and we need to support each other on whatever journey we are on, and really improve ourselves so we can serve others, so we can give back using our gifts, using our talents, using our blessings to the world around us. It's not just about, it's not self-serving, and it's not selfish to take care of yourself and to develop your gifts and to develop your skills in order to give back and in order to serve those around you and make the most impact you can. So I hope that this video provided some good insight, and I hope it connected with you. If it did, please share it. Please write me a comment. Let me know how this video affected you. And if I don't hear from you, I will talk to you tomorrow.